So this is a tree. This is the tree of realism. And what outgrows from here is what is naturalism. So let's try to understand with certain examples. Just a little disclaimer, if some examples are literary examples, then you can of course mention them in your answers. But if they are not, and I am telling you just to understand, please make sure you do not write those in your answers. This is just for understanding. I repeat, it is only for understanding the concept. So if we have to understand in very simple terms, here is a picture of a stone. Now, we see the stone just the way it is. It is a stone. That is realism, looking at things just the way it is. Now, on the other side, this is a picture of another stone, which is quite similar as the stone we saw previously. So, you can see that both the stones look similar. So, at this point, we are to come to the conclusion that realism and naturalism are on same lines, almost, except for the fact that naturalism is more scientific. To understand it more better, let's bring in some human beings and let's put some of these human beings on this one side of realism and some other at the naturalism side. The human beings that are on the realism side, let's call them realists because they believe in realism, and the one that are on the side of naturalism are naturalists. The next thing that we are going to see is how these two sides of people perceive this particular situation. So if realists look at the stone, they examine the stone, they will understand that it is a stone. It is a representation of a stone. It is a stone. And there is nothing above or below this. On the same side, if there are naturalists that are observing or examining the stone, they are going to be aware of the fact that this is a stone, but they are going to bring in some other factors. They are going to perceive the stone as a force, which means they are probably going to study some other factors. For example, one might say that this stone is going to hurt someone. If it falls on someone's head, it's going to hurt someone. One other person might say that this stone can be used to crush some other things. Another person might say that no, we should break this particular stone and see if something comes out of it. So from this we can conclude that all these people, especially the naturalists, they take into consideration a lot of naturalist and societal factors, also scientific. Unke accordingly, this is the world. The world is as you see it, and it is from here what you make out of it or what you lose out of it. Whereas realism is kind of limited to just the portrayal of things just the way they are. So if a man is sad, he's just sad. He's sad, he's suffering from this. Maybe he fought a war, he lost people. So it is a portrayal. While naturalism can be about, okay, so if this man is sad, why is he sad? Okay, why did the war happen? What can be done to bring in more welfare? Hence, here we come to the first point, that is, realism is more towards the representation of life, whereas naturalism is more characterized by scientific theories. And in fact, this naturalism has grown out of realism, just like the tree we have discussed earlier. The next point is going to be about in realism portrayal and in naturalism how portrayal, which means that let's take two characters, A and B. A has a good educational background, good education qualifications, and now has a good job, earns a good amount of money, and it's pretty happy with his life. Okay, and B does minimum wage jobs, very menial jobs here and there sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't have food to eat. And this is the only thing that realism will tell you, that A is pretty content with his life, whereas B struggles for food. This is the only thing that realism will tell you. Whereas in naturalism, it is going to portray how and why this happened. It is going to tell you how the surroundings made these people to be in these situations. It is going to tell you that A belonged to a rich family, they had resources, they had the money to educate their child, henceforth resulting in their A getting a better job, better background, qualifications, etc. But B, they did not have a lot of opportunity, they did not have resources. So hence kind of ended up, whereas this is not the case all the time, ये हमेशा नहीं होता है. There is a thing called social mobility, in which it doesn't matter which class or background you belong from, you can always move up the ladder. आप हमेशा, you can work hard and you can come up from the place that you are in currently. But we are not getting into sociology now. We're just understanding this at its base. So naturalism is going to tell you that how surroundings and hereditary and environment influence a person and also simultaneously control him. And hence that brings us to our third point, that how realism is more about middle class characters. Here in this case A. Okay, even a normal middle class family, they can still somehow scrape something and afford a little bit of education. They get through somewhere. World is more difficult for people that have nothing at all. Okay, and they are constantly thinking about their next meal. This is what naturalism tries to portray. This is where naturalism steps in. It tries to portray more characters that are more deprived and lower class. In this example, character B. And that brings us to the type of novels that that are written in realism majorly deal with social class, social mobility, etc. Whereas naturalist novels deals with themes that not a lot of people want to talk about. It goes to the extent, it deals with violence, it deals with poverty, corruption. And now that has brought us to the end, which is the conclusion of how naturalism rejects idealism, is what I had mentioned in the beginning of a video about discussing. Now very quickly, for those of you who don't know, in very simple terms, idealism is basically looking at something, assuming something or picturing something and thinking it is perfect. For example, we look at celebrities, or we look at their relationships, them getting married, or we look at some model in a magazine and we idealize them. Idealize means, give a better example. Sometimes we look at certain schools and universities and films, or we read about them in books, etc. And we think that yes, this is how an environment in school or in university should be, where teachers and students, everything is perfect, the rules are perfect, the clothes, uniform is perfect, everything is perfect. In reality, it is not true. There is always little bit disagreement, little friction between a teacher and student, between students and students, and it's normal. Hence, creating this scenario or this picture of what a thing should be instead of dealing with it just the way it is mainly idealism, and this is what is naturalism rejects. Needless to say, it also rejects spirituality, which means anything that is not from the material world is rejected by naturalism. उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि दुनिया के उस पार क्या है, दुनिया के बाहर क्या है. दुनिया में जो है, जो दिखता है, उसको वो साइंटिफिकली देखता है. Scientifically looking at things through scientific theories is the main crux of naturalism. So this was my small effort to help you understand the difference between these two. We have a little difference playlist, you can check it out, and do let me know if you like the video. Your nice and constructive comments is what makes my day and helps me improve. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.